Hey there, Susan Staples Bell here, and if you know me at all, you know that I love to welcome creativity into the studio. So today I want to share a simple improvisation opportunity for you. Over the years, I've noticed that sometimes when students are asked to improvise, they kind of freeze and they're a little overwhelmed. And not because they're not creative, but because they suddenly feel overwhelmed with too many choices. So I thought I'd give you a few little examples to break it down and make it easier. In today's example, Sapphire, I want to create a moment that's safe and musical and beautiful immediately. So in the piece Sapphire, I actually include some of these instructions so you can read them when you get there, but I thought I'd show you a little bit. Here's your moment to shine. In Sapphire, from measures 25 to 36, there's a vamp, just a repeated little section in left hand. It's really easy. It's just open fifths, D flat, E flat. You might invite students to just play that, get used to it. So they can do it maybe with their eyes closed. That's my favorite thing to ask. So once they feel comfortable with that, we can introduce some right hand ideas. So actually, I suggest using the E flat Mixolydian scale, which we don't do all the time. What's a Mixolydian scale? We just lower the seventh note. So D flat, there it is. And just makes kind of a nice sound. Of course, we're using D flat in the vamp, so that really goes really well. So you could play scale-like patterns. Let's see what that sounds like. Usually want to just do scales up and down, but that's all right. What about if we just picked out some intervals? You notice I'm kind of keeping it simple because we're thinking about a lot of stuff here. What about if you have a student that's a little bit, you're not crossing for scales yet? What if we just use E flat penta scale? That works too. How about some repeated notes? So I'm just kind of following my ear. I'm using a little bit of music theory knowledge, but I'm kind of just listening. What sounds good together? What doesn't sound good together? What about if we had a mood instead of music theory? Well, Sapphire, what do you think that sounds like? Sparkling, maybe? Warm? I don't know. Talk about what that image brings to mind, but maybe sparkly could be more of that scale. So I pulled in the triplets that I used in the piece. Let's hear what I wrote in the music so you'll have a comparison. This is what Sapphire sounds like in the vamp section. But I give you some measures to wrap it up. And then it ends. It's just a petite little jewel. Anyway, I love to bring creativity into the studio. Improvisation is not always neat. It's a little bit messy, but I think there's some joy in the moment of discovery and exploration. I hope you bring some creativity into your studio today, and I hope you check out Sapphire and the rest of the Petite Jewels. Just think they're just shining little moments that everybody should be playing. Take care. These are available from SusanStaplesBellMusic.com.